Good morning. Good morning. I am on I am on my phone today and we're going to see how this works. So, um y'all bear with me. I need if y'all are just joining me, I need you to tell me what the screen looks like on your end. Am I this way or am I this way? And I can't even see myself cuz I'm so small. So I need to know how am I um coming across on your screen? Am I up and down or am I sideways? You're on your cell phone? I'm up and down. I love you, Margie. Wrong way. Okay, good. Then if I'm wrong way, then that's good because that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'll just hang on. Seriously? But Kayla, last time it took a minute. Margie, I'm ready for you to take the day off and come spend a day at the farm with me and Kayla. Hang on, let me go get my computer. Don't judge because I'm in my pajama pants. I'm going to try. Kayla and I were trying something different. I told you YouTube is doing new things, right? So, uh, hang on just a minute. And Kayla and I are trying to figure all this out. So, we ask that you bear with us as we figured this all out. So, hang on just a second. I'm going to try to, since we know it's not working, I'm going to try to enter. I don't know if it'll let me. Hang on. Am I this way now? That is the question. I'm blurry. It's because I was on my phone. Am I correct now? Okay, so Kayla said I'm correct. So now you can see me like you normally see me, right? Basically, I've said this before, but YouTube's doing this new thing where it opens the door for opportunity for more people to see you live that don't subscribe to your page. Like right now, I'm live, but the only people that see me is people that subscribe to my page. So when you film, when you go live like this, it opens the door for people that have no clue who you are to see your live. So I'm trying to, like sometimes when you get a club, when you have a club, you don't want new members joining. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want it to get too big. You know what I'm saying? So like you want to kick the new people out because you're like, hey, we don't know that ain't who we are. We're not like that. In order for us to dance, we have to open the door for opportunity for other people in our club. Okay. So I am on a mission. I am on a mission Not that I could go change the world, because obviously Aunt Judy can't change the world, no one's gonna listen to me. But, I'm on a mission to spread cheer and to teach people how to spread cheer, because I'm gonna tell you, in the years that I've been on this earth, I feel like there's so much wrong with the way our system is. I don't feel like there's a lot of support for mental health. I don't feel like there's a lot of support for addiction. I feel like there's a great support for people with disabilities. I feel like there's a great support, but when your disability is different, like there's people with disabilities that you can't physically see a disability, like maybe they're not in a wheelchair or they don't have cancer, like you can't see. That's usually mental health. Still blurry. Wipe, Stephanie, wipe your screen off. What, get your little, go like this on your screen. So I feel like there's not a lot of support for people with mental health. What I feel like help happens is, like, for example, if you work a job, you can't call into work and go, I'm sorry, I'm on the struggle bus today and I'm not going to be able to come into work because I have literally went from the struggle bus to Mars and I can't physically get out of the bed today. So I'm not going to be able to come in. If you called your boss and said that, you're fired, right? Like no one understands I need a mental health day, majority of people. And so I'm on this mission to help as many people as I can with mental illness without people having to pay a copay. Because I know personally, when I was in the hardest parts of my life, um, I was having to pay $40 a visit to go to the psychiatrist, $40 a visit to go to counseling. And then when I went inpatient, it was like $50 a day. And it was like when I was going into my outpatient, I had to go into an outpatient eating disorder clinic, and it cost me $40 a day to go to this outpatient. Well, when you have to go for 3 weeks and it's $40 a day, it's expensive. So I feel like there is not a lot of resources for people with mental health issues because majority of people, including myself, can't really afford to get the help they need. Um, it's just like people in addiction. That is, addiction is very close to me. Okay. I've dealt with it a lot in the past couple of years, not with myself, but with family members in addiction. And like the situation right now is, do y'all feel like slapping me in the forehead? I know it's awful. Anyway, um, like right now, I told you guys that my brother is been in jail for the past 3 weeks, and he has no money. He has no, because he's lost everything. He lost his business, he lost his house, he lost his car, he lost his family. He has no money. So what happens when you're in addiction and you have no money? Then you go to stealing because you have no money. So then you have a criminal record on your status, and then you find yourself in jail. And so I sit here, and I can't be the only person that has been through this, but I sit here and watch my brother that was a successful business owner. He was the most successful of all of us financially. He was very well endowed, and I've watched that to go to nothing. And now I'm watching him in jail with no money, no cell phone, no family, no car, no house, no business, no nothing. And he's in addiction, and he has no help. He has no help because he can't afford to go to rehab because he has no insurance. and he's in jail. And when they release him from jail, he is being released back to the streets because he has no money for rehab and no money for insurance. And I am on a mission. I am on a mission to help those people. I'm on a mission to help people with mental illness that have no insurance and have no opportunities for help because they can't afford copays or they feel like their life is over. And I'm on a mission to help people with addiction. Those two things is dear to my heart. Not that I have all the answers, not that I'm a doctor, not that Aunt Judy has had all this training. I'm not. I do not. But I can share my story with people that come to my page. I can share my story of wellness. I can share my story that I tried to commit suicide. I have been in rehab multiple times. I've been shipped to another state in rehab. I have sat on a couch for years in my pajamas like this, crying every single day. I have been in very bad places in my life. I've been through eating disorders where I became toxic and had to go on dialysis. I have been there. I have never I've never done drugs a day in my life, so I don't know that part of addiction, but my heart is so heavy for the people that actually won't help and have no resources. A couple of years ago, I was able to do a fundraiser to raise 12 beds for a sober living facility. And that allowed 12 more people to be able to come to that facility. And I'm on a mission to continue that. I'm on a mission to help sober living facilities make a difference because I don't know how to make a difference, but I can help them because they've got the training and the tools to help these people. And I am on a mission to develop scholarship money for people like my brother that have hit rock bottom that would like to get help but don't have the financial means nor the money to put themselves in a facility. I have very close relationships with a couple of sober living facilities where I help them get scholarships for those people that can't afford it. And I hope to continue to give back in those ways. What does that have to do with a nonprofit farm? I think in my head, I think that the I've had to kind of figure out my way with Sneed's Farmhouse and what I'm supposed to be doing with it. You know, what am I how am I supposed to give back? I'm learning. Every day I learn what God wants for my farm. And my mission is to give back what God has blessed me with. And I feel like by doing that, these things keep popping. It's just like, I rode with Dr. Harney on Monday. God put a sober living facility right in my face. I'm standing there. Okay. I'm standing there and I'm shuffling, I'm shuffling sheep and goats in. And the guy that owned them, I don't even know why he told me this, but he said, I own a fencing company. I said, oh, okay. And he goes, and I own a sober living facility. And I was like, shut up. He goes, yeah, I own a sober living facility. I was like, tell me more. And he began to tell me, he said, well, I own a fencing company. I have to take my glasses off so I don't read your comments because I get confused. He goes, I own a fencing company. I put up fencing. And he said, when I go to hire people, every single person that I hired was on drugs. And I was like, and he goes, I realized that I needed to help these people. So what did he do? He went and opened a sober living facility for his employees. And so it's opened the door for opportunity for him to help other people. And I was like, okay, well, let me tell you my testimony. I'm a petting zoo. And he was like, what? I go, yeah, I own a petting zoo. It's a nonprofit petting zoo. And my desire is to cater to sober living facilities. He was like, shut up. I'm like, yes. I said, I so desire to open to my farm to sober living facility, mental health centers, group homes. These people, I want them to be able to come to a safe place to escape their disease or their disability or whatever they're dealing with. I said, that's what I desire to do. So I feel like I rode with Dr. Harney to meet that guy. It was amazing. So I am on a mission to not save the world, because that's a little hard. Like, really, can Judy save the world? No. But I'm here to be a voice, to share my testimonies with you, in hopes to help people that have mental health issues, to let you know that you're not alone. And sometimes, whether it's addiction or mental health, sometimes we feel like we never can get better. I've been like, you don't understand, Judy. I've been like this my whole life. Like, I've always had panic attacks. I've always had anxiety. I've always had drug addiction. Like, I'm 56 years old. I can't change. And I am on a mission to hold your hand, to tell you that you're never too old to change. I am here as you sit in your house or your cell phone at work or wherever, in the car eating breakfast. I don't know where you are at this moment, but I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I'm here to tell you that every single day that I wake up, I either go get on the struggle bus or I go to the planet Mars. Every single day. Every single day, I have to renew myself. It is a struggle, but it doesn't have to be a struggle the entire day. When you fight a mental illness, um, I don't think you're fully free of it. I- Anything that you deal with, whether it's addiction or what, eating disorder, mental health, I don't think it is something that you have to learn to live with. I mean, maybe God blesses you and you never have it. You never have mental health issues again. I haven't personally felt that. I feel like God has given me the tools to put in my pocket, but I have to do my part. He hasn't just blessed me where I never struggle again, but he's blessed me to be in front of people that have taught me what tools I need to put in my pocket when I start dealing with an eating disorder or with people with addiction or my mental health issues. He's taught me, okay, well, I'm in planet Mars. What tool do I need to pick up? I need to pick up my cell phone and call them and tell them to send the rocket so I can get off Mars because I am so in planet Mars. Like, I have learned to put those tools in my pocket and pull them out as I need them so that I'm not on the struggle bus all day long. And see, some people that have mental illness can relate to me and go, oh, yeah, I've been on the struggle bus for a long time. Like, I get on the struggle bus and I stay on the struggle bus for years. That was me. Like, now I can get on the struggle bus and I can pull out my tools to get off the struggle bus. But then sometimes I get on the struggle bus and stay on the struggle bus and go to Mars. Mhm. But I don't stay there anymore. I'm able to get myself off planet Mars or off the struggle bus by myself. Where before I didn't know how to do it. So my goal in life with Sneed's Farmhouse is to be a voice to let people know they're not alone. Because so many times, like you, let me pop open my protein drink. Do y'all need some protein this morning? Okay. So many times, like if I say my doctor has diagnosed me with cancer, people understand that. People understand, oh, you have cancer. What treatment are you going to have to go through? People can sympathize with that. People can physically see someone in public with no hair and go, oh, they have cancer. God bless them. But people can't always see addiction, mental illness, and eating disorder. Because sometimes an eating disorder, you can see someone with anorexia and you can go, oh, she's got an eating disorder. Or you can see someone that's morbidly obese and go, God love her. God love her. They can do that. But sometimes people look just like me, and I'm not fat and I'm not skinny, and I'm on social media and I'm in the spotlight and I have a bunch of followers and it looks like everything around me glitters. Oh, if I could just be like Aunt Judy, if I could just have that following, and if I could just have that farm. And I'm here to tell you that everything that glitters is not gold, okay? I might look the part. Like when you look at me, I may look like I have it all together and I have a perfect marriage and I'm the best daughter, and Larry is so sweet, and oh, she has a farm, and Taterbug kisses her in the lips, and she makes the cutest videos, and those pictures with her with the animals, like Aunt Judy doesn't have any stress. Like if I could just be like her and could go into the farm and just people maybe look at you that way. She's not obese. She's not skinny. So they never see an eating disorder because you're in the closet with your eating disorder. So people can't physically see it. So if they can't see it, they have no idea. So then you can overeat it and make yourself vomit, or you can go take X-Lax and make yourself use the bathroom because no one sees that you have an eating disorder because you're not anorexic and you're not obese. You don't fit the category of an eating disorder, so you can hide it. You can hide it from people until you get on dialysis. And then you're like, I'm in trouble. So sometimes addiction looks like that. Sometimes, people are not laid out on the streets, like drugged up on drugs, and they're not out stealing and they're not in jail. They go to work every single day and they look the part and they look like they're not on any kind of drugs until it catches up with them. The eating disorder caught up with me. The addiction catches up with people, and mental health will catch up with you if you don't treat it. Because you're going to go through life miserable your entire life. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. I'm here to tell you that you have someone here that goes live 2 days a week at least and talks about real life stuff and how I get to where I am today. And it is taking, let's see, so in high school is when my depression came out in public because I tried to kill myself. And I ended up tubed down my throat in intensive care, fighting for my life at 17 years old. And my parents were like, this is the homecoming queen. This is the girl that's popular. This is the girl that's head Valorette. I was head of the dance line. this is like, what? She's popular. What could possibly be wrong? My parents were in shock because I was the popular kid. Me and my brother both. Like, everyone knew us. I was a cheerleader. I was on the head of the dance line. I was in dance classes. I was personality plus. I was secretary of the whole senior class. I was in homecoming every single year. I, I I won all the dance competitions. Went to New York. I did it all. I won a competition and danced with Janet Jackson's choreographer. I had the perfect life. And when I tried to take my life, my parents were like, "What the?" Because I kind of hid my depression. And so then it came out. So that was the first time I was introduced to a psychiatrist. And so I was 17. So when I got out of, I graduated in Montclair Hospital. Yeah, that was fun. So that's when I first got diagnosed with depression. And then I went through my 20s and 30s a total train wreck because, I was out of the house and I was living alone. And I can remember in my 20s, I worked for Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I can remember I would have to go to the doctor and go, "I can't do this. I don't know what to do." And I would have to go on medical leave for weeks at a time because I mentally could not do it. And so I would have to make up this story to my coworkers that I had surgery or whatever because I couldn't say, I'd spent the past 3 weeks in a mental health facility because I was struggling. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I just knew I couldn't function. So I went through my 20s, had kids. I thought that was going to fix my depression. It did temporarily. And it just kept going until my 40s. In 06, I went to the doctor and I said, "I need help. I have no desire to live. My life sucks. I hate my job. I hate everyone around me. They're mean to me. I just can't do it anymore." And I can remember sitting down with the doctor and she was like, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, I get these bursts of energy and I don't know, they may last like a week or two. And I feel great. I can do my job. I feel good. Like everything's going good." And then I crash. And when I crash for months, sometimes years. And like I can't figure out how to function. And I continued to go to the doctor continuously to figure out what was the deal. And I never talked about the eating disorder because it was in the closet because you couldn't see it. And the more I went to counseling, the more I was able to talk about, "Bye, Gina. See you later." The more I was able to focus. So that's why I'm on a mission to let people know they're not alone. And I'm here to be a voice for the people that don't know how to say what's wrong with them. Because for so long, I didn't either. I thought it was just the way I was. And I didn't realize that there was a choice of getting better because I couldn't afford to go to the doctor all the time. I couldn't afford, I had kids. Like I had to use my money for their copay. I couldn't be selfish and use it for my own copay. Like I had to save my money for My kids needed medicine. I couldn't afford medicine. My kids needed it. I did everything for my children. I put them first. And sometimes you can't see mental health because they're funny. Like I see someone saying Robin Williams. Would you have ever thought Robin Williams fought depression and would take his own life? He was the funniest man ever. Like, he was the best actor. He had money. He had everything going for him. Like, what the heck? I mean, Miss Doubtfire was the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. This man was a comic. Like, he was hilarious. And then one day he snaps and kills himself, and the whole world is like, what? Sometimes you can't see it because people don't understand. People don't understand schizophrenia. People don't understand. They sort of understand depression, but they understand situational depression. They don't understand chemical depression. Big difference. People understand, oh, your mom passed away. I'm so sorry. I know you're so sad. People understand that depression, but people don't understand when you stay in depression for years or months. They're like, snap out of it. I mean, get over it. Get out of the bed. They don't understand it. They don't. And if you're here with me today and you do not fight depression, or you don't fight addiction, or you don't fight an eating disorder, or you don't fight anything mental health related, I strongly suggest whatever your family member deals with, maybe it's depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, addiction, eating disorder, because we all deal with it in our families, right? Because we are human beings. So if you don't fight any of that, I suggest you start doing research. I suggest you understand your loved one. If there's someone that is a chronic complainer, they're always sick. They're always hurting. They're always running to the doctor. There's something always wrong with them. I suggest you do your research, because that person's hurting. And sometimes physical pain comes from mental pain. And it's crazy that your brain can cause physical problems, but it can, because it's done it to me. It's caused IBS. It causes me to flush. It causes me to break out all over my body. It causes headaches. It causes me to hurt all over. It will cause physical pain. But instead of being mad at the person because they're always complaining about being sick, they don't know how to say, I'm sick. Because this, people don't understand. But if I say, my stomach is killing me, I'm having to go to the doctor to get testing done because I'm having this pain on my right side. And sometimes it is medical issues. I'm not saying it's all mental, because there's times when there is physical pain that's caused by something medically wrong. But if you've been to the doctor multiple times and they can't find anything medically wrong with you, what do? They start saying, tell me about what's going on in your life. And you're like, really? You're going to say this is stress? Like, really? I've been there. You're going, wait a minute. My IBS. So my brain is making me have chronic diarrhea. Seriously? Seriously? You want to tell me there's nothing wrong with me? And you get mad. It's something that it's hard to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow when you have a mental health issue. It really is. And in order for me to reach more people, I have to try different things on social media, because we can't stay in our clique. We have to open our arms to welcome other people, because there's so many people out there that can't afford copays, and they feel like their life is um there's no turning point. They're miserable in their marriage. They don't know what to do. They can't afford a doctor. They don't have insurance. Like they're just drowning. And I have to open my arms because we can't just stay in a clique. I mean, yeah, we could stay a small channel and I could try not to reach out to more people and just cater to the people that are here. But I don't feel like that's what God's mission is. I feel like his mission is for me to speak to as many people that as I can, because I feel like that, not that I have all the answers, but I do. When I come live, I speak directly from my heart. There's times when I come on here and I'm bawling my eyes out. There's times when I am frou frou and feel like frilling up. There's times when I sit here and look like who'da thunk it, like you want to slap me on the forehead and I ain't putting makeup on. There is times you don't, it's a potluck. When you see Judy's going live, it is a potluck. Like you have no idea what you're fixing to get. You're either going to get a funny, hilarious show, or you're going to get someone bawling their eyes out, or you're going to get, like, you don't ever know. I don't know, because I literally hit the live button and go, wonder what I'm talking about today. And I just let God speak through me. Whatever comes out of my mouth is what comes out. It's never really planned. I don't sit and go, okay, I'm going to talk about this. What I do is I go through my day and things hit me that I struggle with. I write it down. I put it in my notes. And I'm like, okay, this happened and this is how I dealt with it. And then I bring that message to you and go, okay, let me just tell you what Shane did. Shane did this, Shane said this, and this is how I handled it. So then I need to break it down to figure out what the crap he's saying to me. And when I stop and pause and break it down, I realize he's so kind and I took it wrong. And so when I come to you and talk to you and come live, I want you to know that I am speaking from my heart. I am. I'm a real person with real emotions, with struggles myself, that I do not have my life together. I it's a daily struggle for me. Yesterday was terrible. Terrible. And um I talk about those struggles because I want, if I'm quiet about things that I deal with and I don't tell you how I overcome them, how are you supposed to learn? Like, I hope that you learn through me totally screwing up, because I'm a screw up. Okay. There's times when I'm so strong and I am on, you're like, look at her. She could ride that tractor. She can go. But I'm not like that all the time. Like, that's why I ask you not to put me up on a pedestal, because I'm just Aunt Judy. I'm a human being. There's going to be times when I say things like stuff's going to come out of my mouth like diarrhea and I shouldn't have said it. There's going to be times when I screw up and I need you to hold my hand to go, it's going to be okay. I need you just as bad as you need me. Like, we have to go through this life together. And sometimes to get through life and be okay, we have to have support from each other. And we have to know, like, I'm going to tell you something. It comforts me this morning, for example. This morning, no one knows what I went through yesterday but Kayla. Okay? No one. And I get this sweet text message from a good friend of mine, Chris, that's on here right now. He has no idea what happened to me yesterday. I've not said a word about it. And he sends me this message, and it was so comforting to me. So, see how Chris didn't even know what I went through yesterday, but felt led to send me this video, this YouTube video. And I was like, wow, that's God speaking through Chris. because I needed to hear that. I did. And it was so comforting. So, see how it's not that I'm helping Chris all the time, but it says Chris and Julie help me. It's we're holding each other's hand to get through this. So just know that when you guys share your testimony with me, it's comforting to me to know that I'm not alone and I'm not crazy and that I can get through this because Diane got through this, or, Christina got through this. When I hear your testimonies, it means the world to me. Another person that shared their testimony with me, Kimberly. When I heard Kimberly's testimony, I was like, wow, wow, she is amazing. Like, to go from here to here, like, if she can do it, I can do it. It was encouragement to me. It was like, wow, look at her dancing. I want to be just like her. It was amazing. Her testimony is beautiful, beautiful. And I know we all have a testimony. But sometimes as individuals, there's different types of people. There's people that can share their testimony, and that's people that are embarrassed to share their testimony. And there's people that would never share their testimony because they're straight up embarrassed. And I'm the person who things that I tell you are embarrassing. Things that I share sometimes, I feel kind of dumb. But if I don't share them, how are we supposed to learn? How are we supposed to learn, and how are we supposed to grow as individuals if we think we're all alone? So anyway, it is pouring down raining outside. I've not let the animals out this morning because I was not about to go out there. And then I was sitting here on the struggle bus. I haven't gone to Mars, okay, which is good. I'm just on the struggle bus. And I thought, how much fun would it be to go out there and dance in the rain? Slip in the mud, like do a slide like I'm sliding into home like I used to when I played softball. Like, then I'd break my knee or something. But I thought, how much fun would it be just to go out there, leave all the animals in the barn, and me just go out there and hold my arms out and get soaking wet and dance? That'd be so much fun. Probably by the time I get out there, it'll stop raining. But I thought, what can I do today? And I thought, today I feel like I really need to physically dance. Like, I really need to physically dance today to get my feelings out. And I thought, I'm just gonna go out there and just dance and just laugh. And look, the animals are gonna look at me like I have lost my mind. And I have. I'm gonna tell them when Chatterbug looks at me like, what is she doing? I have lost my mind, Taterbug. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I have to figure out every morning when I get up and I get on the struggle bus, which is most mornings, I'm like, okay, what shoes am I putting on today to dance? Like, what do they look like? Like yesterday, I told you I called the Caring for Kids, and I've donated all my eggs to Caring for Kids. And they sent me an email back. And from now on, Caring for Kids will be getting most of my eggs. That was how I danced. Today, I got out of the bed and got on the struggle bus, and I was like, how am I going to dance today? This is what I have to ask myself. So I hope that you do this. Like, I go, okay, what am I going to do to dance today? Okay, what am I going to do? And I'm like, today I feel like I need to physically dance. Like, I feel like I need to turn the volume up and rock the house. Like, jump on the bed. I don't know. I'm here without Shane, so he won't think I'm crazy for jumping on the bed. See, I had this one, my poor hair. I need to physically dance today. That's what I need to do today. Even if it's in the rain, I physically need to go into my farm and get soaking wet and laugh my head off as the water drips down my face. So every morning when I get up, my dancing looks totally different, but I make sure I dance. So even if the dancing is just for a few minutes, like I try to figure out how to dance. What can I do to make a difference today? Like today, I did not want to go live. I just wanted to lay in the bed and cry. And I was like, I can't do that today. I can't do that today. I got to get up. But I felt today, I feel really low. Yesterday, Larry had an episode. I'll just tell you that. Larry had an episode with Kayla here, and it was a terrible day, and it was awful. It was awful. And so I'm dealing with a lot with that. And in order for that not to consume me, I have to get out of the house, because when I'm in the house, I am consumed with it. So and I'm thinking, how am I going to get out of the house if it's pouring down raining? So like, how am I going to get? I mean, do I get my car and leave? No, I can't get out of my car and leave because I can't leave him here by himself. So what am I going to do to dance today? It's pouring down raining. I can't leave the house. So what am I going to do? Judy, you're going to get your big old self out in the farm in the pouring down rain and dance. And that's what I'm going to do today. Okay. So there's going to be some crazy videos. Just get ready for it. Get ready. There ain't no telling what's going to happen. But yeah, it's still raining. So I have time to go out there. So I'm like, I'm not even going to put on my makeup. I'm not even going to fix my hair. I'm just going to go live and say, yo, Aunt Judy done lost her mind. Can you imagine what my neighbors are going to think? They're going to look. There's a new girl that moved in down the street. She's going to look out her window and go, what the? What is she doing? But that's what I need to do today. And sometimes you just need to physically get off the couch, turn on some jam, and just boogie, oogie, rock and roll. Like sometimes you need to physically just dance, and that's how you need to do it. And sometimes sometimes it is, oh God, my hair, I'm losing my hair. Sometimes, sorry, I keep looking at my hair, but sometimes that's what you need to do. So when I talk to you about dancing, sometimes dancing is just something little bitty. Sometimes dancing is just to get yourself out of bed. Get your head out of bed. Wasn't that a song? Get your head out of bed. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just dancing is to get out of the bed. Or sometimes dancing is to get off the struggle bus to make a difference in someone's life. Sometimes dancing is to send an email and go, I would like to donate all my eggs to your organization. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's, sometimes it's paying forward in the drive-through. Sometimes it's just sending a letter. Sometimes it's just a phone call. Sometimes it's just putting on your makeup and going, I think I would feel so much better if I just went and got a spray tan. You know what I'm saying? Like I just need to go get my nails done, or I just need to go get a pedicure, or I just need to be around girls. Like I need to go, what is that thing, sip and paint or something like that? Sip and stroke, where you go paint and drink wine with the girls. Sometimes you just need a girls' day out. Sometimes you just need to go eat Chinese with a friend, like sometimes your dancing looks different every single day. But as long as you get out of the bed and dance, you are dancing. So be kind to yourself, because every day is going to look totally different when you have depression or something. Like sometimes it seems crazy, but girls are weird. So if you're a girl, you know how we are. We're weird. Like just like a spray tan. I don't know how much spray tan is. What, $30? Sometimes just spending $30 on a spray tan will change your life, because when you come in and your orange is crap and you realize that you paid $30 and you're completely orange, and your daughter or your son or your kid or whatever walks in, what the happened to you? And you're like, I just needed a spray tan. Okay. It'll chill out in a couple of days. But today I'm orange. Okay. Don't laugh at me because I'm orange. But sometimes you just, if you're a man, sometimes you just need to go and race a car. I don't know, to get your adrenaline up. And you're just like, I just need to go drag race. Let me just get the Camaro out and go down the drag strip one time, get my adrenaline up, and I'll be good. Like, just give me a minute. Okay. Like, it looks different every time you dance. So be kind to yourself. Today is Friday. In Alabama, it is pouring down raining. And a lot of times, weather affects your mental health. Okay. It does. Like when it's cold and it's raining, you're like, I don't want to get out of the house. I don't want to do anything. I want to stay in my pajamas all day. But you know what? You can dance in your pajamas. You just got to figure out how. So today, when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I'll see you sometime this weekend. Thanks for joining me.